Yianni is still perfect this year. He's won 74 straight. And Ridge Lovett is looking to become Nebraska's first champion since Jordan Burroughs back in 2011. This one, Jim, came down to the wire last time they met as well.
You know, it did. Diakomihalis won a sudden victory here, which is a takedown in overtime. But like you saw in the match with McKenna, but Lovett, he's just a different wrestler in this tournament right now. You saw him take out the #2 seed here with the far side cradle there. Did a couple times against Tariq Wilson. So he's got a feel for what Yianni does. But really impressed with the way Yianni reaches and gets to legs and scores, and his finishes are airtight.
Can I be honest with you? I saw Yianni wrestle at the Las Vegas Invitational in December, and he was not the guy that I've seen this weekend. So I don't know if Ridge Lovett wrestled him at the Las Vegas Invite, but if that was the case, you expect a different Yianni Diakomihalis, because the way he has wrestled, even in semifinal match against Sammy Sasso, before it was close. This weekend, not so much. So it'll be on Ridge Lovett to continue to wrestle every situation and not allow Diakomihalis to get his momentum building.
What are the differences you notice?
I mean, he's just better. He's just all around better. You can tell the difference between a guy that's kind of working his way into the season to a guy that's peaked and ready to go and win another national championship. That, to me, is how he has looked to this point, and Mike Gray and the staff at Cornell has done a great job of getting him here again in the same way that Rob Cole and him did prior. And I mean, Gray was on the staff before, but now is his first year as head man in Cornell.
He spent a dozen years under Rob Cole after being a wrestler for the Big Red, and he told us last week the biggest difference for Yianni has just been he's more calm. He's not trying to text somebody within the first 30 seconds of the match, and it's continued to work well for him.
He's had so much success at the international level here, taking trips. He spent a lot of time. And of course, they had, with the Ivies not being here, they all got out of school here and spent a lot of time focusing on freestyle wrestling. That's all they basically did. But I don't think there's a bigger student of the 330 athletes of the sport of wrestling than Yianni.
Yeah, and the kid was on the world team, and I know what the world thought of Yianni Diakomihalis, because when I would go into the gym and I talk wrestle with my Russian friends, they didn't know his name, but they would say the young kid, very dangerous. He's very dangerous. And obviously he didn't have the world championship he wanted, but you can see as he gets back into college wrestling, Yianni Diakomihalis is on his game, but still 2-1 versus Ridge Lovett.
And Yianni in the second long streak of his career, 74 straight matches won after he won the final 210 matches of his high school career at Hilton High School in New York, a 4-time state champ. Stall warning there on Lovett. Takedown for Diakomihalis. He's up 4-1.
And this is big for him. Expect him to try to ride the last 20 seconds before he cut him immediately. But with short time left in the round, he timed his takedown. Now he's going up 3 points going into round number 2.
I'm sure that's something that he had in his game plan coming out there.
And Coach, think about that, Coach. Overtime last time. We're 3 minutes in. We're 3 minutes in, and he's already built a 3-point lead.
And I think one reason why those Russians are so maybe afraid of him here, for a short guy like that, he's got like a 6-foot wingspan.
Yeah, he's explosive. He's a student, like you said, student of the game. There's nobody like him in terms of his mentality and his thought process in regards to wrestling.
Set, go green.
Lovett starts on top to begin the second, one of 5 Nebraska All-Americans, their most since 2008 under Mark Manning. When he got recruited, guys, he came down to Nebraska and Oklahoma State. Dad said, it's John Smith. But Lovett was enamored with the legacy of Jordan Burroughs. And he's trying to be their first champ since Jordan in 2011.
And this is danger. If you have watched Lovett throughout this tournament, you know him on top is a game changer. So for Yianni, he has to move right now, or he can find himself in trouble very quickly.
We're up, stop. Down red, no change.
And what's so important here for Yianni, if he wants to add to his lead here, is get a little bit of separation. Can't let Lovett put those legs in, and if he gets his hands anywhere close to you and locks that cradle up, you were going over.
Coach, is over. I mean, we saw it.
Yeah.
We saw it in the quarters. You and I sat there, we watched it happen 2 times in a row against Tariq Wilson. But you saw Yianni get away. Now, the one thing about Nebraska is Mark Manning, those guys are consistent. They're consistently putting out a good product, and that shows with 5 All-Americans and a guy like Ridge Lovett, who came in here to 10th seed, wrestling in the finals.
Yeah, you mentioned the job that Mike Gray has done. But
that was nasty, Coach. That was nasty. That was nasty, Coach. He timed the fake.
A little bit like Roland Bravo Young here.
Same exact shot.
Yeah, they're just hammering on the head real hard. What does he do? Just drops his level and goes right to that lead leg.
It's the moment they fake. It's like they time the fake. It's the moment they fake, they catch at the ankle. Roman didn't score. He got extended, but Yianni was able to score the takedown. Beautiful.
No control.
So it's Yianni by 5 over Lovett.
Improve.
And we reach a stalemate here, and they do, with Diakomihalis trying to become just the second 3-time champ at Cornell.
Well, they went a little past the actual attack to the finish, but when we get that clip rolled up, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. The moment they pop that fake, they just time it, catches the ankle, and then goes to his finish.
Straight on shot there. The far ankle right there. Beautiful work. He's timing Lovett up really well in this match.
And when you look at that, Coach, you ask yourself how. How was this a sudden victory match before? Because it's all about peaking at the right time.
Yeah.
You know, we stress the parents.
Let's take a look at that. Both takedowns.
There it is.
Right there.
Yep. Off Ridge's fake, takes him down.
Yeah, you know, the feel of that hard collar tie right there, and he drops in and gets another one, goes to the other side.
We talk about it constantly as coaches, right? You tell them, hey, what happens in December doesn't matter. What happens in November doesn't matter. It's what happens at the end of the year. And right now we are seeing the best Yianni Diakomihalis that we've seen. I mean, you know, and for as good as Ridge Lovett has looked over the course of this tournament, Yianni won his last title over Joey McKenna. I mean, you're standing across from Joey McKenna. Imagine the confidence he feels now when, as you said, Coach, he went overseas and wrestled international competition, and now he's wrestling a very young college guy in Ridge Lovett.
Who's had a fantastic season.
And tournament.
Thrilling matches. And
Yes.
going to be a high seed, but, you know, you got a guy like Yianni.
He's world class.
He is.
He's world
The
class.
Russians are right in this instance.
This kid's world class, coaches. You know, and I'm not being disrespectful. And I think Ridge Lovett has wrestled a fantastic tournament. And he should be, you know, he's going to be very proud of being in the NCAA finals. But we're looking at a guy that will challenge to be on the United States Olympic team the next time we field an Olympic team, and maybe the world team this summer. Right, so there's like there's levels to this game, and at this point, Yianni Diakomihalis is on a different level than Ridge Lovett right now. Don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but today, Yianni's on a different level.
It's been an enjoyable, different style from Diakomihalis from what we saw in earlier matches. He gets the 2, he cuts Lovett, he wants to go right back to work. Only accumulated 19 seconds of riding time.
30.
Look for him to try to get another takedown at the end to get a major decision. But look at Ridge, not giving up on himself. You know, this is something very important for Ridge Lovett to build on, right? Very young in the game. I think he might be a sophomore, a young kid. He's a sophomore, wrestling against Yianni Diakomihalis in the NCAA finals. Next year, you look to make one more step atop the podium as the national champion.
Well, there's Kyle Dake, who won 4 titles at Cornell, and now right behind him, it's Yianni Diakomihalis with championship number 3.
He was mad yesterday in his post-fight interview. He was mad in the interview. I don't think he'll be mad tonight, Coach. Maybe that's why. Maybe this is the performance that he was talking about in that interview.
Well,
he knows what he's capable of.
Yeah, he promised it.
And he took a guy that he went to sudden victory with and beat him 11-5.
He said the difference for him, what he needed to do today, was to have something in common with what squirrels like to eat. And he's a winner over Ridge Lovett. What a ride for him to get here. Number 10 seed.
And Lovett goes to his family, and they console him. Because in your hardest moments, you go and find the ones that truly love you. And they will uplift him and make him smile whenever he realizes what a great thing he accomplished.
The electric champion with Quiff.
Yianni, congratulations. Take us back last year, this night. Where were you and what was going through your mind?
I was sitting on my couch, eating dinner, watching the finals, thinking, man, this should be me. And, you know, I can't say it enough. I'm going to have 4 chances. Not everyone's going to have 4, right? And that's not fair. So my heart goes out to those guys.
You were surgical on your feet tonight. How would you best characterize what we saw in basically a takedown clinic?
You know, I think that's an accurate representation of my wrestling. I'm feeling good. My feet are moving. He never got to a position where he could have done anything. And, you know, it's just good execution by my coaches and good execution by me. So thankful for that.
Is it fair to say when you're like that version of Yianni, you're like it's a different galaxy?
When I'm wrestling like that, it definitely makes me hard to wrestle, right? So just got to work on doing that every time and keep building, keep getting better, keep getting more dominant.
You got one more, right?
That's the plan. One more.
Congratulations, Yianni, 3-time NCAA champ.
One more in college and a lot more to go on the world stage as well. For Yianni Diakomihalis, the Big Red fans absolutely love it. Ithaca insanity there. You want to be like him, you dress like him.